Youth Campaign Organization. Yo abin da kai daidai ne. Bini ambas, haba farin ciki saka kuka, haba bakin ciki hana bacci. Kai ma mun yaba maka girma.
Now that Atiku has declared, I want to equally declare that we are 100% behind him. Our support for him to lead Nigeria broken no fraction. We have long passed that point where we shall be asked to support our own. We are at the point where we are calling on our friends across the country to support this longest aspiration for a greater Nigeria. For us in Adamawa State, as always, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar represents Adamawa's special treasure to Nigeria. His commitment to the unity, growth and development of Nigeria is not in doubt. The patriotic aspiration to serve a country that admittedly gave him everything has not only been consistent but unwavering. It is not for nothing that he is probably the most experienced person in the race at the moment. Not only in our party, the PDP, but in the country. Perhaps God has kept this aspiration burning and delaying the victory for a special purpose at a time. A moment like the 2023, when Nigerians will need a person with his capacity, acumen and pedigree to survey the country after a colossal damage meted on by the fallen APC-led government. His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, GCOI, is well prepared to lead Nigeria at its most demanding moment.
At the time when bandits and Boko Haram are using our people for suya, at the time we desperately need someone with experience and wisdom to handle the affairs of this nation. When Singapore was in economical crisis, they turned over to Lee Kuan Yew. When France was in social crisis, they turned over to Charles de Gaulle. When Dubai was facing infrastructural crisis, they turned over to Al Maktoum. And the time we need now is the time for Nigeria to change it now. We have our Lee Kuan Yew right here. We have our own Charles de Gaulle right here. We have our own Al Maktoum right here. We have our own Abraham Lincoln right here. The game changer, a team player, a youth at heart, in person of His Excellency Atiku Abubakar. We need him to come and bridge the gap between the older generation and the new generation. This is the time for youth to embrace the movement in the hands of nation of history. Lastly, I want us to take this lady's phone, please. Pay attention very attentively. Let's take this lesson home. If someone here is in need of blood, let's say if you are in the hospital and you are in need of blood, nobody will ask you for your ethnicity or your religion. They will ask you of your blood group. The blood of the Hausa man can work efficiently in that of an Igbo man. The blood of an Igbo man can work efficiently in that of a Yoruba man. The blood of a Muslim can work efficiently in that of a Christian. The blood of a Jew can work efficiently in that of a Muslim. A better Nigeria, this God has shown to us that humanity is everyone's religion. A better Nigeria is possible if we embrace peace. His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, the incoming president, we are ready to work with you, and we the youth are ready to support you come 2023.
Those who know me know that my smiles are rare. My heart is pure but deeply inquisitive. Because of my early exposures, I have always wondered why Nigerians smile in a country that is unsafe, the people are unkind to themselves, and a life of monumental struggle. So I wondered, why do Nigerians smile in so much chaos? My inquisitive mind has always secretly assessed every smile. Does the rich smile to mask the deception of inequality? Does the poor smile to cover their pains in penury? I wondered why people from a country where electricity is a luxury, the roads a death trap, just for the privileged and connected, water is the responsibility of individuals, where the hospitals are in shambles and a money-making arena, a country where the youth are the solution, where women are excluded, where we sing a pledge we do not practice, where transactions are rift with deception and corruption. Truly, why do Nigerians smile? Until someone pointed out most recently that I am beginning to smile also, and I replied, AA brought the smile to my face when he shared his vision of a new Nigeria with us. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you, Atiku, for believing in the youth, women, and for accepting the burden to rebuild Nigeria. I know your thoughts for Nigeria because I have heard and experienced it personally. A few days ago, AA appointed me as the cost control officer of his campaign, which shows that he truly believes that it is the youth who will stand in the gap for the new beginning of rebuilding Nigeria.
We are left with very limited realistic choices at this moment. The defunct National Party of Nigeria was faced with such an existential choice at her Just Convention in 1983. In his speech on that occasion, Chief Abubakar'S of the national chairman of the party brought the contention to a solution by reminding the party that all political parties are above all other considerations, first and foremost, established to win elections. It is only through the barrels of this victory that other advantages will follow. Nothing could be more explicit than that in the circumstances that we find ourselves today. More than 4 decades after Akinloye made the sobering observation, it rings true and relevant in this hall today. Perhaps truer than all other times in the history of our country and the PDP. The first duty of the PDP to the Nigerian nation and people, therefore, is to find strategic ways of winning her election and thus return to governance. It is after winning that we can rescue and rebirth Nigeria. In the PDP's bid to return to power, it must have at its core the ability to use existing tools and arrangements, new partnerships to achieve its objective. One of the practice routes is to lay out a robust plan to reclaim the power and identify with the aspiration of its best candidates. Waziri Atiku has name recognition, has gathered millions of dedicated votes and followers in his political career, and has an enviable investment testimony and portfolio. Then when the Nigerian situation is in need of a capable hand, it is only natural that we must return to that who has got all the tools he needs to do this for the country.
Democracy is about people. Democracy is about those who are so passionate about the country, who will not mind all the obstacles. They will step out in order to add their own quota to development of the country. And I think Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is one Nigerian that you cannot in any way, not reckon with. When you are talking about those Nigerians that are very passionate about this country, they want to make sure that they give their best for the greatest number of the people. And that is what he has done today by stepping out to contest the 2023 elections is an indication that he's not tired and he wants to see that this country becomes great, because this country is a promise of greatness. There's nothing you need to make a country great that we don't have it in abundance. Perhaps in some cases we have even too much. Is it resources you want to talk about, or is it the human capital, or is it the fact that we have a nation that's respected all over the world? We play big in every facet of life, globally, economically, socially, politically. The only thing standing between us and greatness is leadership. So Atiku Abubakar today has stepped out to show that he has those qualities that is required, and the stamina to lead this country to the promised land.
What we need is unity, especially in the PDP. And any right-thinking PDP person cannot talk about zone where the train is coming from. We should look at the capacity. We should look at the audacity. We should look at somebody who can deliver Nigeria out of our present situation. And for Nigerian women are the greatest sufferers of the present situation. We are in real, Nigerian women are in serious challenges. Therefore, I'm calling on the women of this country to come together, unite, support the People's Democratic Party, and support the PDP's candidate. And His Excellency has the capacity, he has the history, and for us, he is the best candidate the party can produce.
We have two options in 2023. Either we zone or we win. Out of zoning and out of winning, please choose one. Please choose one. We are in a very precarious situation in this country. Since I grew up in this country, I have never purchased diesel at 250 naira per liter. Today, we are buying diesel at 800 per liter. Kerosene is 650 per liter. I will say kerosene is for the masses. The middle class has been completely eroded. Today, if you give carpentry job to a tailor, he will not perform. Nigeria, we are in a critical situation. Abnormal situation demand abnormal instruments. We are in abnormal times. And we should remember that America was also in an abnormal time when Trump brought America from class A to class C. But when America sat down, the Democrats sat down. What can we do to rescue America from Trump America? They decided to go for a 78-year-old man in the name of Biden. And they went round, and that man became the president of America, and today is restoring the dignity and reputation of America. Atiku is our own Biden. We need experience. It will be myopic. It will be porous. It will be parochial. It will be intellectually stagnant. It will be idiotic. It will be stupid for you to share power when you have no power. You can only share power when you have power. You need to acquire power first before you start sharing it. So we want to install Atiku to correct all the wrongs of the past. Then we can now start either rotation or zoning.
The PDP family is a family that is principled and wants the best for Nigeria and her unity. The PDP is a disciplined party where members imbibe that party is supreme. The PDP has the wisdom to always shut down divisive sentiments. Thoroughbred PDP
members know and trust the party to steer the country from the edge of death and destruction back to survival and prosperity.
Nigerians have made up their minds to vote PDP. And we are looking for the most experienced, the most mature, and the kind of people that have seen it and can stand whatever pressure that comes. And Atiku is one of them. And we believe that with Atiku, we should be able to make it.
Atiku Abubakar, as the Vice President from 1999 to 2007, put the foundation of the development of his administration that led to all successes of that administration. This is a clear confirmation of his experience and practicability in running administration. He has proved that he's a team player, that he can organize and develop a nation. Atiku Abubakar, I am seizing this singular opportunity to tell everybody here that you are a man with good heart, a man that always want to assist. I remember as a businessman when you were in the office, and I remember your brother and your aide, Alhaji Paria, whenever I visit you, I have the best of reception. Even if you are having your lunch, you will invite me to come and join you. That is how simple Alhaji Atiku is. We need Alhaji Atiku Abubakar to come forward and bring back those qualities, bring back the sanity that is required for the development of Nigeria.
He started a firewood business as a child, acquired leadership skill at a tender age, and rose through the ranks to become the Vice President of Nigeria. A man's experience in life, they say, will reflect on his leadership instinct, as what he has achieved through hard work will determine what he will never allow to crumble. If he has been hungry, he can tell the taste of hunger. If he has once been homeless, he knows the worth of a roof over your head. If he has built business empires from the scratch, he will never allow the economy fall apart. If he has lost family and friends to senseless killing, he knows the sanctity of life. Show me that man who has raised a legion of great minds. I will show you this orphan boy from Adamawa. Now, if your friends and allies come from the north, we will call you a northerner. If they come from the south, we will call you a southerner. But when you have risen above tribalism to become a Nigerian, we will call you a Nigerian and enthrall the unity of Nigeria in your hand. This is the story of Atiku Abubakar, written in the sands of time, so it can be written on the page of history that this day Nigerians found a Nigeria to be president of Nigeria. And someday we may say as a people we got it right. And our children will boldly say, I will die for my country.
Our leader Atiku needs no introduction. He is a Nigerian who without doubt is prepared, nurtured, ready for the job of the high office of the president of this great nation. We will recollect that between 1999 and 2007, Atiku served in the office of Vice President under the tutelage of my former boss, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR. Ordinarily, he should have succeeded Obasanjo as a president in 2007. But God has his own plans. better today than never. We all know that Atiku era to date remains the most glorious era in the history or in the democratic history of Nigeria. For a country that pursues development, a patriotic, competent, experienced leader is very, very key. In searching for leaders, therefore, a country must interrogate all indices, brain, competence, resilience, courage, fearlessness, dedication, patriotism, fairness, and focus. All these is what Atiku represents. Atiku no doubt had a great successful career in public service. He has achieved a great success in business. He has achieved great success in politics. His uncanny ability to recognize talent is legendary. He is an uncommon strategist. Despite Atiku's humble background, he has developed himself to what he is today. He is well-groomed, and at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that our nation is so divided now. It has never been so divided. Our economy is in shambles, and it is in the poorest state. We need a man who can fix Nigeria. And I don't think there is any other man now other than Atiku. We must therefore devise a clear strategy to create employment. We must establish industries that will be the backbone of our economy and work our tourism sector. Our dear country must run again. I call on all Nigerians, home and abroad, to support this great band of vision. We must unite our country.
I know there are over 12 million Nigerians out there who may not be here with us today, but they have been with us since the 2019 elections. I know these numbers are growing every day. I want to thank you all for believing in our vision. I want to thank you all for your bravery. Despite the disappointment in the last election, you still believe that this time around it is possible. For me, I could say there was never a break. Since our last fight in the court, challenging the 2019 election results, I have received several calls and encouragements from you to contest again. I have listened to your brave voices. Beyond the words coming out of your mouths, I could imagine your frustrations, yet you are hopeful. I admire you greatly for choosing hope over despair. I know why you are doing this. You are doing this because you believe something good is possible and is coming to Nigeria. In the face of the worst division in the history of this country, you believe this country can still unite. In the face of economic hardship, you believe prosperity is coming. In the face of the worst insecurity, you believe peace is possible. I also share in your own optimism. That is why I am here today to give you an answer. The 2023 elections. The 2023 elections is not just like the usual elections. It is a referendum to decide whether we want greatness or continuous destruction. It is a choice between two paths: the path of unity and progress, or the path of division and backwardness. We need a new kind of leadership that will steer us to a positive path. In 2023, we want a president who has ideas on how to fix Nigeria. We want a president who understands, who inspires, and is emphatic. As the election is fast approaching, we should not be distracted from the devastating conditions we are in now. The ruling party wants to divide us. They want to divide us along the political, ethnic, and religious lines so that we forget to blame them for rising inflation. They want to distract us from holding them responsible for the insecurity and rise in poverty. They want us to be facing each other and hating one another. We should focus on the issues, not our differences. Let us unite and fight our common enemies. That is lack of unity, insecurity, poverty, inflation, and unemployment. That is what this election is all about. I have no doubt in my mind that we as Nigerians can do it. We have done it in 1993, we can do it in 2023. We must stand firm, get our PVCs, come out en masse, cast our votes, and protect the votes against any manipulation. I have contested for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 2 times in the past. My enduring persistence is born out of my passion to rekindle the Nigerian dream that I was privileged to live. Nigeria is a land of possibilities. There is no challenging background that will make any Nigerian give up. Don't give up. I am a living witness to what is possible in Nigeria. And let me tell you my brief story. Who could have ever imagined an 11-year-old village orphan who had to rear other people's cattle to raise money to feed his family would have the opportunity to go to school for free, raise through the cadre of a decent profession, establish successful businesses, and become the vice president of this great country. That is the Nigerian dream, and that is my story. That is the possibility I want to pass to you and your children. No matter your current circumstances, that should not limit your success in life. There should not be any limit to what you want to achieve if you are willing to work hard for it. That is my dream for Nigeria. However, that is not possible without credible and visionary leadership. And that is what I want to offer to Nigerians. The declarations. You and I know that Nigeria is in dire need of visionary leadership. Our fundamental principles and purpose as a nation have never been challenged as it is today. Presently, Nigeria is a sinking ship. It must be rescued urgently. That is why I am happy to announce my candidacy for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria under the platform of the People's Democratic Party of Nigeria. I offer myself to rescue the sinking ship. Under my captainship, this ship will sail to a brighter course by the grace of God. However, this journey is not mine alone. It is a journey I am taking for all Nigerians. It is also a journey to a destination I plan with my late great mentor, Major General Shehu Musa Yaradua, and with my beloved compatriot, the late and great Chief Enkiu Abiola, may their souls rest in peace. These two gentlemen helped me find my path in politics. As a group, we had a vision to run Nigeria in a business-like manner, where we could bid farewell to poverty by understanding our differences and harnessing them to accomplish what we would not be able to do separately. My plan. Under my presidency, I want to focus on 5 key areas: unity of Nigeria, security, economy, education, and devolving more resources and powers to the federating unit. Since the Civil War, the unity of Nigeria has never been threatened as it is today. Nigerians are losing hope in the oneness of this country. My fellow Nigerians, I am the unifier that is coming to bound the broken union. We will open doors for dialogue to hear grieving voices of all Nigerians. There will be a new Nigeria where everybody has equal voice and is heard. Throughout my life, I have never looked at Nigerians as divided people. In my eyes, all Nigerians are the same. When I see you, I don't see Yoruba or Hausa or Igbo or Fulani or a Northerner or a Southerner. When I see you, I only see a Nigerian, and I expect the best from you as I extend my best to you. All Nigerians are equal and should be seen and be treated equally. There is no unity without justice and fairness. That is why I will deliver leadership of justice and fairness. But why is unity a priority? We must work to strengthen our unity, as my dear friend and brother, Chief Alex Ekwueme once said, and I quote, "National integration will not come as a gift. It is the role of government to work very hard and promote it," and I quote. The APC administration has failed in its fundamental responsibility of protecting the lives and properties of Nigerians. The most significant human right is the right to life, which has not been protected under the current APC administration. Our military forces are fighting on the front lines without equipment and morale. That's not fair. If we get into power, We will increase the welfare of all security forces. We will use modern technology and intelligence to combat insecurity. We will also increase the number of personnel of our security agencies. Why security? Because national security is the first sign of a functional government, and where it does not exist, we must not blame those who threaten it. We can only blame a government that allows it to be threatened. And if I am elected as their president, insecurity is one thing I will not tolerate. All the macroeconomic indicators are not favorable under this APC administration. APC inherited single-digit inflation. They now increase it to about 16%. When APC came into power, unemployment was around 9%. Now unemployment is more than 33%. The exchange rate was 197 naira to a dollar in 2015, but in the hands of APC, naira suffered the worst devaluation ever. As we speak, the official exchange rate is more than 400 naira to a dollar. That was not the change we wanted. If we get elected, we will create alternative sources of foreign exchange supply to Nigeria and reduce importation to increase the value of the naira. They said we should go back to the farmlands. How can you ask people to go to the farms while you have not secured the farms? People cannot go back to the farm because they are afraid they could be kidnapped or killed. Under our leadership, we will ensure absolute security because that is the #1 condition for economic prosperity. We will provide access to mechanized farming systems and develop the agricultural value chain. We must diversify our foreign exchange sources through exports of processed agricultural products. When APC came into power, Nigeria's debt was 12 trillion, and now they increased it to 32 trillion. They still want to borrow more. Under our leadership, we will reduce government borrowing. Too much borrowing comes at the detriment of the future growth of our country. We will operate a liberal economy that allows businesses to grow through lower taxes and charges for small businesses and low-income earners. We will encourage the expansion of the private sector to spur economic growth. For our population to have positive impact, we must equip our people with modern competitive skills and provide the right environment for them to thrive. As Chief Abiola once said, and I quote, "We in Nigeria must not allow ourselves to be left behind," and I quote. If you look at our present state, you will agree with me that the world and certainly even the rest of Africa have left us behind. More than 100 million Nigerians are either unemployed, underemployed, or unemployable. How could ever increasing population be of added value if we do not create opportunities for our people? I know how to create jobs. I built several successful businesses and companies within Nigeria, and because of which thousands of people are gainfully employed. If I can manage my businesses well, I can manage the Nigerian economy well. Education should be given free to every Nigerian, at least up to the secondary school level. I know the value of education. If not because of education, what kind of value would someone like me, a poor child from a small village, would have added to Nigeria? That is why I established an educational community in my hometown where I built schools from kindergarten to university all in one place to provide education with the promise in younger generations. The success of any educational policy is not measured based on the number of bodies in classrooms or schools alone, but also the quality and relevance of the education. That is why we will invest in improving access and quality of education. Nelson Mandela once said, and I quote, "No country can really develop unless its citizens are educated," and I quote. Every Nigerian must have access to affordable and decent health care. No Nigerian should be afraid of falling sick just because they cannot pay for the hospital bill. We will strengthen our healthcare programs so that every Nigerian can have access to the required minimum healthcare quality. Nigerians cannot afford to pay high petroleum prices. That is why we must ensure sufficient refining capacities within Nigeria. If we do that, petrol will be cheaper because it is locally produced. In the meantime, we will protect Nigerians from higher petrol prices through a new comprehensive energy policy. To provide an adequate and affordable electricity supply for every Nigerian, we will ensure sufficient investment in that sector. We will leverage renewable energies to power homes and commercial centers. And that is why we must provide opportunity for our people. When the citizens of any nation have the opportunity to progress at their own pace, they themselves will help make insecurity a thing of the past. We must remember that terror only thrives where there is local support and crime flourishes where it is profitable. If we introduce opportunities for Nigerians to express and progress themselves, we would have depressed the insecurity. 6, my policy document. As you are aware, I am a man of policy. I will never be that kind of a president operating based on impulse. Our administration will be guided by a consolidated and timely policy document. You and I will be working together to update and review my existing policy document. We should consolidate our ideas into a unified people's policy that will reflect the realities and possibilities of the current time. The consolidated and reviewed people's policy document will be announced in due course. It will also serve as an input into the PDP manifesto. Style of governance. I am confident in my ability to deliver inclusive governance. I invite every well-meaning Nigerian to join me in rescuing Nigeria. I don't have to be the most qualified Nigerian, but I should be wise enough to bring together the most qualified Nigerians to work with them, even if I don't know them previously. I will summon the best brains and work with them. I would like to work more with young people. Young people are more agile, creative, and conversant with contemporary opportunities and challenges. I too feel like I am a young man. So you can call me a youth too. Thank you. Our administration is going to be a transition of power from the senior generation to a younger generation. We will cut down the cost of governance because leaders must sacrifice first for the benefit of the people. We will set our fiscal budget within a realizable and realistic level so that we can reduce government debts. We will support and actively engage the private sector in building infrastructure and creating more job opportunities. In conclusion, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in the end, this campaign is not about me. It is about you. It is about the future of this country. Let our stories be told for generations to come that we are the ones that rescued Nigeria when it was on the verge of fatal destruction. This is our last opportunity to write our names with the golden ink of history. It must be now or never. This time around is different. Our journey will not end at the pole. We will get to work and rescue Nigeria. I invite every Nigerian to join me in this mission to save our dear country. I believe together we can do it. This is what we owe to Nigeria and the future generations. I have never been this optimistic, and with your support and God's grace, we will get to the promised land. The late sage, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, did say that, and I quote him, "After rain comes sunshine. After darkness comes the glorious dawn," and I quote. We have experienced rain and darkness has enveloped us for too long. Now is the time for sunshine. The hour of our glorious dawn is finally here. Let me take this opportunity to specially thank the executives and members of the Northeast business community for not only encouraging me to contest once again, but also for going ahead to purchase the expression of interest and the nomination forms for me. My appreciation also goes to all the members of TICOM, chaired by the High Chief Raymond Dokpesi, for their hard work, dedication, and commitment to this project. I pray that God will crown our efforts with success. As one, we can get it done.
Youth campaign organization, your abanda kai daidai ne, bin ambas, haba farin ciki saka kuka, haba bakin ciki hana bacci.